All right, guys, that was Super Yoke. I consider that to be a great success. Weights today were 350, 460, 550, and 600 in freedom units. Nothing terribly heavy, but sticking with the plan. I think as you get older, it's more and more important to base things off a training max. And the difference in a training max for the masters athlete compared to, let's say, the non-masters athlete or the younger athlete is that your training max is not just 90-95% of your best or what you can do. Your training max is 90%, 95% of what you can do without pain, which quite often is something totally different. A lot of masters athletes, if you're still doing this and you're a masters, you're a little crazy. And we've usually found a way to harness that special kind of crazy into something productive when it comes to what we have to get done when it really counts. So you can't base your training weights off of the craziness factor that you can do. So while my best 65-foot run with this yoke is 770 pounds without any drops, I know that I cannot do that every week without pain. So we take 90% of that and make it 700? Well, the athlete in me says, yes, absolutely, put 700 down there, put 720 down there. But the coach in me realizes that there's always a tomorrow morning, and I'm gonna hurt really bad from today on tomorrow morning. And probably the next day and the next day and the whole next week, if I'm being honest. So even though 700 will roughly be my training max on this, and not that I don't think I can do more than 770 or 700, I set my training max at 660, which is a weight that I feel I can do pretty much every week for 65 feet and not be in severe pain the next couple of days. So these lighter weights allow me to focus on technique, and this is absolutely great for the off season. To be quite honest, it's great for the in season as well as you're preparing for a contest. A strongman contest is not just one event. It's anywhere between 4 and 9 events. I've done 9 events over a period of 3.5 hours in a contest in Poland before. You've got to be prepared from A to Z, from beginning to end. You can't just kill yourself on one event. The GPP factor in strongman is totally different than what you're normally used to in powerlifting or especially weightlifting. So I did these this week without a belt. And when I say without a belt, I mean without a belt, because we're strongman. Now, I don't mean to say that you should be training the yoke without a belt. For me, today was just kind of a let's see kind of day without a belt. I don't think training without a belt builds a stronger back. I don't think it builds a stronger core. I'm not going to compete with a belt, and wearing a belt is going to allow me to do more events during a day, a week, a month, and a year without getting beat up and having a lesser chance of injury, as long as I'm halfway intelligent. What I wanted to see is basically with 600 pounds, I struggled. I was in serious pain without a belt. I lumbered down the track with 600 a couple of months ago. What I'm looking at today is at what point do I put a certain amount of weight on my back and it begins to shrink me. It begins to change my posture. Before, that would have been 400 or 500 pounds where I was going down the line and I was beginning to roll over. I wasn't staying upright. I wasn't being able to utilize all of my momentum going forward. Today with 350, felt really light. I was able to sprint. When I got to 460, everything felt the same. I was still able to kick. I was able to keep my shoulders upright, arched, chest out, keep total control of the yoke implement itself so that the yoke was a part of my body and not the other way around. 550 felt really, really good as well. No pain in my back, which is not what I'm looking for. Once again, I'm just looking for control over the yoke. And the difference between the 550 and the 600 wasn't just that it's slightly uphill and the ground is really uneven. But if you watch the video, I'm starting to round a little bit. I'm losing the bar. I lost my arch. I lost a slight control of the yoke. And that's not just because it's really hot and everything is slipping and sliding. I was beginning to lose a little bit of that lower back tightness which kind of opens up the upper body to round forward a little bit. And that'll cause this sucker right here to roll right down my back. So if you're training the yoke, especially if you're a master's athlete, don't be afraid to base it off your master's training max. In fact, anyone, don't be afraid to base an event like this off of your true pain-free training max. And now I'm getting ready for the next fun event.